Moin, Namaste. This is Anoop.chandranna, your financial advisor. Today we are going to talk about insurances. In our previous video, we have talked about liability insurance, travel health insurance, house wrath, and glass insurance. Today's episode is about health insurance. Yes, health insurance is mandatory in Germany. But do you know there are two types of health insurance? Public insurance and private insurance. Everyone in Germany are eligible for public health insurance and it's a mandatory thing. But who are eligible for private health insurance? Why you should also know about private health insurance and what are the benefits? We will discuss that today. So let's start. Yes, today's topic is public and private health insurance. Now, in this video, we will know what is public insurance and what is private insurance and what are the differences. And also at the end of the session, you can make a decision whether you are eligible for private health insurance and whether it's more beneficial for you. Let's start. Before we start, let's begin to say who are eligible for private insurance so that you have a clear idea. People who are civil servants, people who are employed and having a certain threshold salary limit, students, and even self-employed. Unemployed and other dependents are not eligible to private health insurance directly. They can be dependents on the insured person. So first we will know what is health insurance, the mandatory health insurance, what is covering it. Thus, it is basically from the government to promote health of all the citizens and all the residents. So this is mandatory for people so that in case of any diseases or any such hazardous things, you can take preventive actions. That is, you can visit the doctor, take the medication, all at a certain cost because you are insured by the mandatory health insurance. And not only this, in case if you have a prolonged disease, for the treatment of it, rehabilitation, and many other sickness benefits, that is your sick leaves if you are unemployed, all these things will be covered by this health insurance. And in case if you are a female and you have a pregnancy thing, all the pregnancy benefits, all the other things which are given to a child as well as the mother will be covered in this statutory health insurance. This is mandatory insurance, and if you are a salaried, half of it is paid by your employer and half of it will be paid by you. So it will be in your salary slip. If you want to know how much premium you're paying, go through your salary slip, you will know how much is the cost. So now let's check who's eligible. Anyone with a salary of more than 73,800. This is the figure as per 2025. If your salary is more than 73,800 gross yearly salary, then you are eligible. What does this salary covers? Not only your salary plus your bonus plus your allowance, all kind of bonus and all allowance. Company to company they have different pay scale. That is, some have Christmas bonus, some have yearly bonus, some have incentives, all those things. Everything covered in case if your salary is more than 73,800, then you are eligible for taking this private health insurance. Why you should take it? Now we know that there is a threshold. If you are meeting this criteria, now let's discuss why you should take private health insurance. So let's discuss case by case. In Germany, getting a doctor's appointment is a big task. I would say it's an Herculean task in case if you need an urgent doctor visit. In public health insurance, the appointments are always delayed. Whereas in private, it is not so. You can get easier and quicker appointments. The reason being, there is a priority for the private health insurance person at the doctor's office. In case if you are someone with a private health insurance, they would know that you are ready to pay the cash and other things, and your eligibility is more and your coverage is more. That's the reason you will be prioritized than a public health insurance guy. So that's why for you to get a doctor appointment quicker and effective. And what about the medicines? Medicines, there's a certain gap in public health insurance because only 10%, and if at all, if the doctor agrees that it is critical, only that kind of medication is covered in public insurance, whereas in private 100% is covered. Whatever the treatment given to you, including the medications, all the things are covered in private insurance. And about the other aids, that is in case if you need a walking aid, if you hurt your leg or something, or if you have a temporary ear loss or hearing a problem, and the doctor advise you to have a hearing aid for certain period, all those things are covered in the private health insurance, whereas in public you can get up to maximum of only 10%. That is in case if your aid costs around 1000 euros, you can get up to 100 euros in public, whereas you can get complete 1000 euros in private insurance. And eyeglasses, if you are someone like me who uses more eyeglasses, that is specs, then in public insurance there is no way you can get a new set of eye lenses or specs, but in private insurance you are eligible up to 300 euros. In case if you're buying a specs, sometimes it's more than 300 euros, but still up to 300 euros every year you get this allowance, so you can use of that 300 euros every year. That is an additional benefit. Not only this, about the prolonged naturopathy, that is in case if you are not covered by the regular English medicines, you want something of naturopathy, even that is covered, whereas in public it's not covered. Here up to 1500 euros it's covered, whereas when it comes to operation and the transportation, that is in case you have some emergency and there's an ambulance called, all those things, that is 100% covered in private insurance. But in public insurance it will be weighed by the insurance company whether it was completely emergency, you had no other choice, only then it is covered. And when it comes to the bed, in Germany, the getting a bed in insurance is highly difficult task. If you want something a private room, then you have to let go of your insurance and pay from your pocket, but not so. In private insurance you get two bed zimmer, that is one for you, one for your attendant, a private room with two beds. That is possible only with the private insurance. And when it comes to tooth filling or tooth operations, most of the clients of mine flew to India to get their teeth checked, or to get their tooth fillings or tooth cleaning, anything, because they know in Germany the tooth filling or anything related to teeth is very costly. But now if a person is having private insurance, they need not worry about that. They need not worry where they get or what they get. In Germany, they can get 100% covered tooth filling and tooth cleaning for 3 times a year. Not only this, even the tooth crowning, that means in case of capping or other things, up to 90% of coverage. This is not covered at all in the public insurance. And orthodontics, it's nothing but advanced uh, tooth treatment. That is, once you get the treatment of the tooth, the rest of the things, the follow-up with the teeth will not be covered by the public insurance until unless you prove that it's a very painful thing which is causing your health to deteriorate. Otherwise it's not covered in public insurance, but in private it is covered up to 90%. These may feel very small amount to you, but trust me, anything related to teeth will easily cost you more than 1,500 or sometimes even 3,000 euros, which may be or maybe not your half of your net month salary, or you should take off your emergency fund. So to avoid all these things, it is always advisable to have this insurance. And yes, the self-standing has 750, 1,500, 3,000 euros. That is based to increase decrease your premium. You can have a self-standing. Self-standing is nothing but the self-payment. Whenever you visit a doctor, how much you are ready to pay from your pocket first, and then the remaining amount will be, for example, if you go to visit a doctor and you make a bill of 2000 euros, in public insurance, based on the situation, a certain amount will be covered and the rest you have to bear from your pocket. But in private, you will pay upfront of 750 euros or 1000, depending on your plan. You will pay that amount. The rest, whatever it is, it's completely covered by private health insurance. Yes, sometimes you may feel okay, yeah, sometimes I don't need to pay in public insurance in case of emergency and other things. What will happen in case of private insurance? There is a special clause here. This is very important. In case if you are someone who's not using the private insurance more, you just have, you're insured under private insurance but you're not using it more, you get cashbacks. That is, to give you an example, in case if you don't use any kind of insurances, that there is private insurance for 3 years straight, you get 3 months of your premium, which is with nearly a huge amount, as cashback. That cashback you can use for your future, in case if there is any treatment you want to do, you can use that. This cashback is not at all there in public insurance. Now I have given you all the insights of private and public insurance. What is the main summary? Summary is this: who is more eligible for private health insurance? I know private health insurance is not for everyone, but if you're someone who's not planning to stay in Germany for a long time, if you're someone who's very young, under the age of 40, who's someone self-employed in various fields and having a high income, you're not planning your kids or family in Germany, who's a civil servant and who's definitely healthy. For you guys, this private health insurance makes absolute sense, because if you buy a private health insurance, it will be cheaper than the public health insurance for these guys. So, to give you a brief insight, private health insurance is viable for people who are healthy, young, alone, and are not planning a long term in Germany. Long term in the sense not more than 10-15 years, or you're not planning to retire in Germany. Then private health insurance is for you. Otherwise, I think public health insurance makes more sense to you. So this is about private health insurance. In case if you have any doubts or if you have any queries, please feel free to let me know, or you can comment in the comment box. I will answer to you. So all the best. For more such financial tips, follow me at Mr. FinTalk. Thank you.